Today we are going to be learning how to graph ordered pairs on a coordinate grid. And if you have been following along with us in your workbook, this is our last chapter. So yay! We have done a lot of work on the complete 6th grade workbook. So if you would like a copy of your own, check out the link in the description. All of the problems that we go over today and the examples, you could have your very own copy and work through them as well, in addition to lots more in the workbook than what you just see in our video. So today our focus is going to be how to learn and read and plot points in all 4 quadrants of the coordinate plane. So let's take a look at some of our vocabulary before we get started. So here we have a coordinate plane, and a coordinate plane is a two-dimensional grid formed by a horizontal number line, which is going to be our x-axis, and then a vertical number line, which is going to be our y-axis. And so with a coordinate plane, because we have both a x and a y-axis, we can graph any number, positive and negative, with two sets of numbers, our x coordinates and our y coordinates. And so this allows us to show a variety of quantities and values in one setting by putting it on a grid. And so an x-axis, as I already mentioned, is our horizontal line, and if we're moving to the right of 0, it's a positive number. If we're moving to the left of 0, it's a negative number. Then with our y-axis, it's just another number line, but it's a vertical number line. And so if we are moving at a number that's greater than 0, we are moving up on our number line. If it's a number that's less than 0, we are moving down on the number line if it's a negative number. And so then those two lines together create 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1, Quadrant 2, Quadrant 3, and then Quadrant 4. And so the quadrants, labeling the quadrants, helps us to identify where our positive numbers are located, where our negative numbers are located. So if it's in Quadrant 1, our x coordinate point would be a positive number, and so would y. So both points would be positive. If it's in Quadrant 2, x would be a negative number. We would have to move to the left of the 0 on the number line, and so Quadrant 2 would be a negative value for x, but a positive value for y, because we would be moving up. Now, Quadrant 3 would be a negative value for both x and y, because from our origin, which is the center at 0, 0, we would have to move to the left and we would have to move down, which would put both points at a negative value. Then our last quadrant is Quadrant 4, and for Quadrant 4, our value would have to be positive for x because we would be moving to the right of 0, but then negative for y because we're going down. And so those would be our 4 quadrants. And now we're going to look at just some practice problems and what it looks like to graph those in the quadrants. Okay, this is coming right out of our notebook, and a quick recap here for the coordinate plane is that our x-axis is the horizontal number line. Okay, and anything to the right is a positive number, and anything to the left is a negative number. And so I like to write that as a reminder. Our y-axis is the vertical number line. Okay, anything that's positive means that we're going up, and anything negative means we're going down. And this here is our origin, our starting point at 0, 0 for our coordinate point. Okay, all coordinate points are going to be an x value and then a y value. Okay, so your first number tells you to move either to the left or to the right, and then your second number tells you to move either up or down, depending if it is a positive or negative number. So let's practice this now with these examples here. Okay, we're going to graph the following points on the coordinate plane. So I'm going to go in and just label x is going to be positive or negative. All my x values are the first number listed. So I want to remember it goes x and then y when I graph my ordered pairs. And if it's a positive number for y, I go up. If it's a negative number for y, I go down. Okay, so starting always, I start right here at 0, 0, and the first point we're doing is 1, 4. So for x, I'm going to go over 1 space, and then for y, I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. So my ordered pair, my coordinate point, lands right here, and I'm going to label it 1, 4. Okay, and it's in quadrant 1. So for B, I'm going to look at -3, 7. So -3 means I'm going to go to the left on starting at 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. So I go to the left -3, and then I'm going to go up 7 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I would label my point is -3, 7, and this is in quadrant 2. All right, next we have C here is -2, 6. So negative, this is going to be in quadrant 3. I'm going to go to the left -2 spaces, and then down, since it's negative, I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. And so -2, 6 is, -2, -6 is going to be in quadrant 3 right here at my black point. And then lastly, we're going to end here with 5, -2. So 5 is positive, so starting at my origin 0, 0, I would go to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, and then I'm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, and then I'm going to go down -1, 2 spaces. And so this will be in my last quadrant, quadrant 4. 5 and -2, x is a positive number and y is a negative number. So let's get into some more examples. Okay, so my directions say to graph the ordered pairs and then identify the quadrant or axis that they fall on. So if I look here at number 1, we have the ordered pairs 2, 5, and 5, 2. And I like to label my ordered pairs with x and y so that I remember which direction I'm going. So I'm also color coding it. X is blue and Y is red up and down. Okay, and then now I'm going to graph my ordered pairs. So 2 means I'm starting at my origin 0, 0, and I'm going to, man, that looks really messy. Let's erase the color coding. It's hard to draw a straight line. So I'm going to go starting at 0, 0, my origin right here in the middle. I'm going to go to the right 2 spaces, 1, 2. So remember, to the right means it's a positive number. To the left means it's a negative number. If I'm moving up, I'm going to, for my y number, I'm going to be moving up. For my y coordinate point, if it's negative, I will be going down. So maybe that's a better way to label it. It's not as messy as our lines. Okay, and so we went to the right 2 spaces already, and then now for y, I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so my ordered pair 2, 5 lands right here, and I'm going to label it 2, 5. Okay, now we have x is 5 and y is 2. So we're going to see how this is different, okay, when the numbers are flip-flopped. So again, starting from 0, 0, I'm going to go to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, and then I'm going to go up 1, 2 spaces. And so here is my ordered pair 5, 2, and the directions say to label the quadrant, and so this is in quadrant number 1, where x is positive and y is positive. Okay, let's do another example here. Let's look at number 2. So we have -1 and 3, and we have -3 and +1. So again, I'm going to label my x values as the first term. Remember, an ordered pair is x and then y. Okay, and so I'm going to label everything so that I know, and if it's y and it's a positive number, then I'm going to go up. If y is a negative number, then I'm going to go down on my vertical number line, and for my horizontal number line, which is the x-axis, if it's positive, I move to the right, and then if it's negative number, I'm going to move to the left of 0. Remember, right here in the middle, 0, 0 is our origin. Okay, so we're going to start there. -1, 3. So I'm going to move to the left, -1, and then I'm going to go up +3 spaces, 1, 2, 3. So here is my ordered pair, -1, 3, and it's in quadrant 2. Okay, let's also graph -3, 1. So I'm going to go to the left, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to go up one space, and there is my other point, -3, 1. So both points are in quadrant 2. And in quadrant 2, my x values are always negative and my y values are always positive because it's above 0. So today we learned how to graph ordered pairs on a number line, and you should have a much better understanding of how to locate points and graph points on a coordinate plane. We looked at where quadrant 1 is, 2, 3, and 4, and really made sense of the x-axis and the y-axis and being able to locate those positive and negative numbers. We also talked about distance, and when we talk about distance with negative numbers, we really want to make sure that we understand absolute value. So I linked that full lesson tutorial in the video description below. So make sure to check that out so you can understand and really make sense of the fact that distance is always going to be positive because it's a measurement. So when we have negative numbers and we're talking about distance, we need to take the absolute value. If you have been following along in your workbook, congratulations, you have made it through all 20 lessons. Way to go. And thank you so much for being a part of this journey. Make sure that you subscribe for more weekly math tutorial lessons where I'll dive deeper into all of the content covered and really where we'll be making sense of not just how math works, but why it works. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.